It was summer on Sodo. All the engines were working hard as always. But one day, there was trouble. Henry had derailed, so Topham Hatt knew he would be out of action for a few weeks. With the heavy goods trains without an engine, as well as all the current engines being busy, he had no choice but to call on the other railway for help. He sold his engines as soon as he could. Now with Henry out of action for a while, I've had to call on the other railway for help. The engines looked at each other with nervous expressions. Somehow, the only engine they could spare was D261. The engines groaned. D261 had arrived on Soda a few years back, but he had left the very same day, after sucking a bowl of hat into his airing tank, saying goodbye to no one, but leaving a rather nasty smell and a battered bowl of hat behind. Just our luck. Of course he was the only one available. Well, it's either him, or Spam Can, or Stuck Up, or we get it! At that moment, Percy arrived to the sheds. What's going on? Well, Diesel is coming over to take over for Henry's jobs until... How could Diesel take Henry's trains? He's much too small! No, Percy, D261. Oh. But the real question is, why did he come to Soda in the first place? Well, he came to take over Daisy's jobs on the branch because she had an accident. The others stared at Percy. What? That is not what we expected, but anyway. The engines were crossed for the days following until D261's return. But he looked different. Painted in a bright blue, he looked more like old Stuck-Up in this livery. Arriving at Knapford, the Topham Hatt was waiting for him. Yeah, G261, welcome back to Soda, sir. I believe I'm taking the role of your goods engine until he is repaired. Yes, you are. Now I'll have a word with your driver about your job. D261's driver and Topham Hatt went to the office, leaving D261 in the station. Just then James arrived. Well, look who's returned. Have you got any bowler hats around? I don't know, have you got any bootlaces around, Rusty Red? James was caught off guard. D261 was smug and rude, but not to this level. He decided to keep his mouth shut until he, or D261, left. Soon D261's driver returned, and the diesel set off to work. His first job was to take some flatbeds loaded with pipes to Wellsworth, where another engine would take the train to Brendan. However, halfway through the journey, something strange began to happen. What's that sound? You talking? Oh no, it's happening again. Now D261's class were nicknamed whistlers, so sometimes whilst D261 pulled his strings, his engine would make whistling sounds. D261 passed several other engines, and they were confused. Soon, he arrived at Wellsworth, where Boko was waiting, and took the train. After a long day, the diesel arrived at the sheds. What a tat! I beg your pardon? Oh, never mind. How was your day? Oh, who wants to know? For sure no one. Well, I saw you go by me today. Sounded like you were whistling. Gordon, who hadn't heard the news, was amused. Well, what made you whistle while you worked, Diesel? It's my engine, he explained. The engines understood, but couldn't help cracking up a few jokes. D261 sighed. This was going to be an interesting visit, but that's another story.